What's up, y'all? So this is another part of the spirituality, dark and light, my experiences up to this point. Um, so in my last video was kind of like a little bit of background, a little bit of my advice or my recommendation. In this video, I'm going to talk about some actual things that occurred with me. So I told you guys in not my previous video, but my other video I did titled Demons and Other Entities, I discussed a lot of the things that I've witnessed. I talked about how I hear voices, how I write and channel. And this is just kind of how it's been for me. So there's been times in my life where I've had these, I don't know what you want to call it, takeovers. And I've always kind of felt like I had something in me, but, and I won't say always, but just kind of like I always felt like I had this like darkness over me. And in school, I had people say I was demonic, or, people would like drop stuff around me. People would trip and fall around me. People would like, it was always like a lot of weird shit attached to my energy. And I saw it with other people like around me, even like it's affecting them. And I didn't really understand it. And it wasn't always negative. Sometimes it was super positive, because that's the thing. You got a strong spirit, strong aura, and your decisions is what's gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's a lot to do with the other person that you're affecting's discernment and judgment. Like some people might come across you and think you hang the moon and the stars, and another person will come across you and be like, yo, this motherfucker's dark. Like this person's dark as shit. Like they got something about them. You know what I mean? So you as the person, you need to be the one who's making that judgment call and doing something about it. So there was a point in my life, and I was going through shit, which I kind of always have been. And I won't say I had a mental breakdown, but I started hearing voices, and I was hearing voices loud, like, and it was non-stop. Like I couldn't get away from it. And I was hearing like people talk to me that weren't talking to me, like in public. Like somebody was like, I would be like, man, what the fuck did that person just say to me? But then I'm looking at them and their mouth's not moving. See what I'm saying? And anyway, this progressed. This got worse. So I started writing, because it's kind of what I go to. It's always been my thing ever since I was little. And my people used to always tell me, oh, you need to write books. You need to do, you know what I mean? It's just something I've always done. And it's for myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it is about me. I just never had much of an interest in pursuit of money or pursuit of some sort of status. Like, I never really cared about that shit. But anyway, so I started writing, and during this time period, I wrote nonstop. Like every night I was writing. And I probably wrote like 70 some different things. And the the voices reached a point, because usually they're negative. When I hear this energy, whatever this energy is, it's extremely negative. But it's not just negative. It's like, it's negative, but it's also like a slight hyping that is happening for you. And it's because whatever it is doing something to your energy. It's bringing your energy up, but it's driving your thoughts down, if that makes sense. Like I don't know any other way to explain it. Like your energy is getting high, like you feel like you're standing on top of the world like that. But your thoughts are way down there, like bad, dark, negative, bullying you, attacking you, um, saying all kinds of negative stuff. So this went on for like a while. And then it reached a point where I got an offer from it. And that stood out to me because all the other times, like when I was a kid and I would have these experiences, or as a kid when I would, you know, play around with Lucifer and the devil and all the stuff, like all the music, all the movies, just all the stuff. Um, I didn't struggle so much with hearing, like I was always like an internal person. But this thing is really specific. Like if you've ever been hit with this type of thing before, it's really, really specific. Like it's relentless. It's not just little insecurity. It's not just, oh, I'm overthinking. No, this shit is relentless and it is so far ahead of your damn thoughts that you're not thinking this shit. Like you might have a fast mind or a fast processor. It might be a gift of yours. Um, but it could be a way your ADD or whatever shows up for you in a good way, right? Nah, this shit is like it's so fast my hand can't keep up when I'm writing. Um and the offer, what it told me, and I don't tell people about this shit. I only told a couple people. Um but it asked me to kill my family. Now, this was long before I had kids. I was probably like barely an adult. I was probably barely an adult. Um, and it wouldn't leave me alone. It kept bringing me different relatives and offering me different offers. Like, okay, what about these relatives? What about these relatives? What about these relatives? Right? And the bad part about it is when you tell them no, whatever it is, when you tell it no, that should be the end, you would hope, but it's not. Never, and I mean never, agree. It's going to make you think that you don't have a choice, and that's part of it. It's going to threaten you, and it's also going to tell you that it'll put you up. It's going to threaten you, and it's going to tell you that basically you'll get what you want. Do not accept. I don't care how weak you get, how broken you get. Never believe that you don't have a fucking choice because you do. Do not accept, because you're being lied to. That's number one. Number two, you will never be able to get that shit off you. If you accept, You think you fulfilled something that you didn't actually fulfill because it's not ever going to be fulfilled. That's why people say the devil is a lie. The devil's a liar. And this entity takes more. This entity never stops taking from you. And eventually, then it becomes non-negotiable. Once you accept that first offer, at that point, it's now non-negotiable. So when the entity comes to take more from you, now you don't have a choice because you already made your choice. And I find it ironic or peculiar. Like, it's worth mentioning to me, this fact right here. And I don't really know, because like I know that children have been possessed before. Um, but I don't really know. I haven't never got to sit down and talk to somebody who was possessed as a child to see, like, what's going on. Like, I would love to sit down with some high ranking priest and have a real conversation with them, because my whole thing is, I'm of the assumption that you can be possessed as a child, because I believe that I was. But my confusion is, I don't know what's tied to a bloodline and what's tied to just you. And then again, I don't know, like, I believe it's bloodline. That's just me. But I also don't know if you have to be an adult to receive offer. Because it's interesting, because I had, like I said, I had this energy over me ever since I was a child, and people have even pointed it out. And I've also know that at that time, as a child, when I was going through this stuff, I didn't get any offers, and most of my internal thoughts were just my internal thoughts, or so I thought. Um, but once I became an adult, this is when I got the offer. Like, right as soon as I become an adult, almost. This is when I got the offer. This is when the voices got insane. And this is when I had that experience. Now, flash forward. I had another reoccurrence like this. And it's from that point on, it's like full time, but it can be managed. Like, I've learned how to manage it. I've learned how to keep it away. Um, but again, the devil, Lucifer, the dark, I just call it the dark, you know what I mean? I believe I know who it is. I believe I know the entity that it is, because it told me who it was. Um, but And it makes sense, judging from the things I've said and done in my childhood. It makes sense. So I had this situation happen to me again. This time around, I didn't get an offer. This was something completely different. And it's a lot to say, it's a lot to talk about. So I'm going to save it for another video. But during that first time period, when I had this happen to me for the first time, when I turned into an adult, um, a lot of stuff happened. I got real sick. I lost a shit ton of weight. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't focus. I couldn't exist. And it took me it took me a little while to get myself back together, just to be a functional human being. You know what I'm saying? Um, and this is why I give you these cautionary. I take it serious because it is fucking serious. And if I tell you more about this, when I start to get into this more with you, you're gonna understand just how fucking serious it is. All that shit they talk about in the music industry, dude, that shit is not fake. It's not bullshit. You better start believing in it because it's real. And you need to really consider all the stuff that I've been saying in these videos about how you pray, about how you speak ill over others, about how you think and speak ill over yourself. Now, I don't believe necessarily in this strict. I've settled. I just put it to you like that. And this is probably where I'm going to leave this video, but I've looked at my life like with a lot of acceptance. So it's like I accept who I am, and I don't have the energy left in me or the capacity to do much other than try to be a positive energy for my children, for the people that like. I don't have a lot of people in my life, and it's been that way for a long time. I've never. It's not a lot of people that are gonna say that I was in the crowd type person, because I'm not. I've never been that. Like, even when I used to go to parties and shit, I might be at with everybody for a little bit, but then I'm off somewhere. I done walked away. I done passed out and tripped over something, and I'm sleeping in the yard somewhere. Like, I went back to the car and slept in the car. Like, I just don't fuck with a lot of people because it impacts my energy. I can pick up on shit real easily. I'm sensitive to it, and it takes a toll on me, and that's all it really is. So if you don't deal with that, good for you. Congratulations. I do. So um that's why I'm trying to just be that for my children and keep that stuff off me. But I'm embracing who I am though. I'm embracing that I do have a big heart, and that's something that never changed. I've always had a real good heart. I know I was put here to be good. I know I was put here to break curses. I know I was put here to vindicate and save my bloodline. And I know I was put here to bring good people into the world. And that's what I'm trying to do. And just because I got lost, just because I had a choppy background, just because I, went through these things, it doesn't mean I can't still be a positive impact for my children. And I'm going to be real with you. I hear God's voice too, and they're completely different. And a lot of times when I hear God, I don't hear God, I feel God. And I don't know if that'll make sense. Like, maybe it'll make sense to somebody else. But it's literally like this rush of like white light that just pumps through you, and everything just lifts you. You feel like you're floating. That's the best way I can explain it. And you'll get given a silent instruction. That's what's crazy about it. The dark energies that I've dealt with, they're loud and mouthy like a motherfucker. God's not, in my experience. In my experience, God says things silently, and it comes to you in one. And this is the thing. And this is probably the most important part. The dark energies, they will talk all over the place. Like you'll hear multiple people sometimes. You'll hear like conflicting voices sometimes. You'll hear a group sometimes, like a pack of people standing in the alley. You'll hear one vicious person sometimes. And then with God, it's not like that. With God, it's like quiet. Like you gotta really. That's why people say, like, when they talk about praying to God, like, do you ever just sit down, be still, and shut the fuck up and sit in silence? God can't talk to you if you're busy and you're crowded and your mind's, you're not giving space for it. You see what I'm saying? Um, so and God will hit you out of nowhere when, like, it'll just hit you, and then you'll have this emotion that runs through you. And I've had this happen to me maybe a handful of times. It's rare. It hasn't happened to me a whole lot. Um, and I feel like a lot of that has to do with the other stuff that I'm fighting, you know? It gets in the way. And so God's voice is like crystal clear, and it lacks confusion. There's no confusion. If you're confused about what God's asking you to do, he ain't told you yet. Or you haven't prepped properly. You haven't gave him room to speak to you yet. God's not confusing. When God comes to tell you something, you're going to get told, and it's going to be short, sweet, to the point, quiet, and you're going to have to listen, and you're going to feel it. There's going to be no need to be confused. Now, this is different than you talking to God. You could talk to God and God could show you something. He could show you a sign. But when God speaks to you, it's when he wants to talk to you. And that's what I want you to know. Like, it's not all hope is lost. And and God does want you. It don't matter what you've done or what you've been through. God still wants you. But you got to stay disciplined. You got to stay faithful, and you got to stay true.